Welcome to this podcast. Just to give you an idea of what you're getting into, this podcast is the recordings of a playtest campaign of a tabletop role-playing game that we are developing called Olm. My name is Neil. I'll be the game master for these adventures, and joining me are my players, Ian, James, and Mitch. We'll be doing our best to keep this an interesting story for your listening pleasure. Occasionally, there will be conversations about the various rules and other game elements as we develop them further. I'll keep those little talks cut short so we can get back to the story as soon as possible. And if the interest is great in the future, I'll release the full, uncut versions of those conversations as separate episodes so you can get a better peek into the workings behind the scenes for the system. Without further banter from me, here's the first episode of the Olm Playtest. So, you're in a tavern, as all great adventures start. One last note before you start listening to this adventure. These first few episodes we recorded on fairly cheap microphones. I did my best to make them sound as good as possible and the post-edits, but stick with us for a few episodes and I promise the sound will get much better. Thanks and enjoy.
So, what about this town?
You guys are in the city of Haytaff. It is Haytaff. It is a bustling town. It's a port city on the coast of the Cebaden Sea. Right in the middle of all this shit. You're in the southern hemisphere. That is colder in the south, warmer in the north. Makes sense, right?
So
Southern
is the
hemisphere.
northern part of this map the equator?
Just about.
Okay.
This is the equator.
So we have Christmas in summer.
Yes.
Okay.
If there was such a thing as Christmas and all. Yes. So, Haytaff is kind of the trade mecca of the area. It is also the capital of the area. So there's kind of a mix of governmental things here and merchant guilds and shit here. You'll find yourselves in a tavern. Why are you guys in the tavern?
That is an excellent question.
We'll start with you.
Well, Mercutio Old Possum came here to this town. Oh, I'm sorry, Old Porsum. I didn't want to just be in the same. He came to Haytaff. He's looking for some help. You see, bandits been running amok on his family farm and terrorizing the other members of his village. Not but 2 week journey east. So they gave him what gold they had and said, Mercutio, you're a young old Porsum. Head yourself into that big town and find us somebody what with the swords and the wits to come take care of these here bandits. And I, being the young, impressionable possum folk I am, decided to do that and spend a bit of their money on booze. So we are going to tell them that.
Sounds like you found a tavern that is kind of in the middle of more an adventurers guild type area.
Indeed.
So in this place you find not knights yet, but people that are like sell swords, mercenaries, that type.
Fantastic. My first order of business is I want to talk to some done government official. Trying to get like official help. And then if nobody does it, we'll see where we go from there.
Gotcha.
But he's an innocent young old person. And he thinks that, I mean, they rule this whole place, right? They still send soldiers out to protect their citizenry what need them help.
Alright, so it's a tavern where a lot of the mercenary guilds hang out, and it is close to the...
Yeah, I stopped for a drink.
Close to the...
Walking through these big cities is awesome.
Government district? Yeah, whatever.
Didn't know they built buildings this tall. You see they put stones on their roads?
Not even on the roads. The roads are stone.
Blowing my little mind.
Anyway, you see a little possum folk walk in, but why are you here?
Well, Fair and Grise normally wouldn't come this close to the government district, but I happened to be loitering near the city gates the other day. I happened to see a hapless opossum folk with a mighty large coin purse come strutting into the town. And being a little short on coin myself, I thought he'd be an easy mark. And so I've just been following through the city, waiting for a chance to relieve him of his burden.
Gotcha. So where you normally hang out, sounds like you'd probably be kind of on the southern end of town, which is going to be closer to your less than savory people.
Those are my people.
Kind of figured. So you came, sounds like, from more of the southern farms. Maybe even tried to seek help from Altan, but they were not.
Where exactly are we? We're in
Helpful.
Haytef?
Haytef, correct. So now we know that the southern side of the city is a bit more of the undesirables, more of the ghettos, that kind of thing. More in the central area is going to be your political district, government district, adjacent to like your adventurers guilds, mercenaries, and such. You see a possum person being followed by that guy.
Oh, you happen to see me following him.
I'm really good at my
Whether or
I was
not-
honestly kind of assuming that Mitch was like, he just knew that I was probably headed for a tavern and was already sitting in there when I got there.
Oh no, I've been tailing you.
Oh.
Whether or not this person is actually tailing
That's
him
me,
or just
mighty
happens to be
long
going
tail.
the same direction, blah, blah. They go into the same tavern, though. But why are you there?
Well, Kane Hamilcar is from mountains to the north, and he's been a good little priest man
Oh,
of Levanticaris for
Yay.
a while.
said it right.
And after learning the skills of crafting and devoting most of his sort of young life to his deity, he's decided that just living in the mountain for the rest of his life sounds really boring. So he headed south to Haytef, and it's just found himself really thirsty. So he's gonna make a name for himself eventually, but first, a drink.
And who better who would need of your skills but those in the mercenary guilds? They're always breaking their shit.
But they also have cheap booze.
They do. They do indeed have cheap booze.
So how loud is a Opossum being about needing help?
So he's not advertising he's in need of any help right now. He's just stopping in for a drink on his way to talk to somebody real important.
Wow.
But he's also never been to the big city here, so he's very friendly, chummy even. Might slap a brother on the back if they make eye contact, and maybe ask what he's drinking, or just say hi, howdy, partner, while he heads on up to get himself a nice drink of whatever watery beer they got lying around.
I'm just sitting in the corner, nursing a warm beer, just trying to cloak pulled over my eyes, just trying to avoid attention.
In fact, he'll probably walk behind you as his way up to the bar and just be, howdy, partner.
Yeah,
Or
I mean, I imagine.
maybe his tail, like while he's walking by, his like big, long, prehensile tail will like whip into your drink a bit, and be like, "Oh, I'm mighty sorry about that."
Yeah, so Kane probably almost looks like one of the mercenaries. He's wearing like a pretty shiny breastplate. He's got heavy leather sleeves, and he's probably not wearing his leather helmet at the moment. But yeah, looks like he's fairly well dressed.
All right. I'm
Armor.
wearing a straw hat and overalls. So.
Yeah, if you're gonna knock my drink, inadvertently or not,
like my tail gets in it.
then that will certainly
Tail just
evoke.
gets in it.
Would certainly evoke a reaction.
Mighty sorry about that, partner. And I just keep heading towards the bar, like.
Well, you better give me another one.
I pull out my pouch. It's okay, so I'll get up to the bar, kind of ignoring, assumedly, the other shouts and angry exclamations from. How much does it cost here for a cheap something?
2 copper. For cheap some.
Well, now look at the dwarf. I'll hold up 2 copper pieces.
Like,
And I'll put them down. I'll say, then 2 of them cheap somethings for me, eh?
All right. And he puts a couple of mugs. Suppose he wouldn't put them on the thing. He would pour some drinks into them and then put them on the counter. There you go.
Pick one up with my hand and one up with my tail, and mosey on over toward. Well, I'm carrying my sack in my other hand.
Oh,
I
of
don't have
course.
2 hands open.
Of course.
So I come on over a table and I put the one in my tail down in front of you, which is slosh maybe 50% of it across the bar.
I grab it, give it a sniff, pour it in my other drink, and just keep drinking.
It's beer. I mean, not great. It's just beer.
It's certainly not as good as what I was drinking,
Probably.
but it'll do.
It's alcohol.
Gotta respect the common folk at least giving it a shot.
True. And so you, in your shiny breastplate, you are at home in this group of people. There's a lot of armored folk here. Not necessarily as religiously shiny, but they are
Oh
shiny.
yes, mine is shiny.
Yes, I'm sure it's very shiny. The people here are shiny more in a way of, look at me, I'm important and cool, and I can swing a sword real good. You should hire me.
Mine
Kinda
is
shiny.
like, look at me, I keep my armor really shiny.
Yeah.
It's never actually seen combat
Right.
before.
You mind if I sit here? I say as I already sit down and.
Question. How vocal have you been about your plans, about what you're going to do in the city since you've come into the city?
I've asked a couple guards or people who seem like they might know what's going on the way to the government center, or the big building, where people who make the decisions is. So, assumedly, I've
I
just
love that.
been sent on the way, and I just stumbled across this tavern along the way. But the pouch is quite obviously visible. Like, it's in I have a belt pouch, and the bag of money is in it, like half, like it won't fit all the way, so it's like half sticking out. So, name's Mercutio Oporsum. Just come into town not but a few hours ago.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Kane. Hamilcar.
Kane Hamilcore. That's a mighty fine name, Kane Hamilcore.
Thank you. Thanks for the half a drink. Much appreciated. After you wasted my other half a drink.
I ain't so good at keeping this thing under control.
Well, you replaced what you wasted.
Something to be said for that.
I appreciate
Says the
that,
random
Kane.
voice.
That's it's a mighty good outlook you got there.
Well, don't look a gift drink in the mouth.
Ha ha! I like that.
Yeah, it's like the other saying, but
Right. Yeah. What is the?
gift horse in the mouth?
I never said. What is a gift horse?
Like a horse that somebody gives you. It's a gift horse.
Do people do that?
In some circles, I
They
suppose.
give people whole horses for free?
I mean, I've never even had a horse, but yeah, I guess. If you happen to have a horse, an extra horse for some reason.
It must be a city folk saying. They make a habit of giving horses around here.
You
I ain't
might,
seen
you might
many
lose
horses.
one in a bet.
So
Regardless, it's just one of those things, people.
Who's giving away free horses?
Oh,
Gonna ruin my
fuck.
business.
Go away, Jerry.
Jerry sell horses. Is that what Jerry does?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Cheers to you, Jerry.
Horses and horse accessories.
Yeah, people in the city here sure are a mite bit more friendly than I expected.
Well, some of us.
Jesus Christ.
Case in point, this guy's about to take all your shit.
So 6s explode, 4, 5, 6 are success.
Yes.
Correct. Probably want to roll a perception.
I suppose.
4.
I would too. I don't have a good one, but I'll give it a shot. I just need 5.
I got 5 successes.
Oh, Jesus, I don't think I'm gonna.
If
Pull
I
that.
explode a whole bunch, I might do it.
Oh,
I got.
hey, you got 2 there.
I got 3.
So 3 successes.
Yes! Well, this is just to go unnoticed.
Oh.
I'm sneaking up.
Oh well, then we shouldn't have even. Like, I think
Well, this is my
perception
stealth
wouldn't have
check.
been
I don't know
until
what do I
tried
roll to try and pick his pocket.
Sleight of hand.
Okay, so that would be 6 dice then. So, this is where my question comes in. It seems fucking impossible to do anything as a level 1 player compared to what base stats are, because perception is better. My perception is better than specialized skills.
Mine's 5.
So, like... it's like even if I specialize for all those points, I'm one die better.
You just
than
have really good perception, though.
Well, I guess so. It's one worse than specialized in a skill. So, okay. Well, anyways, I'm gonna try and pickpocket. I'll just try it.
Well, I guess that's kind of what like a starting off tier 1 character is supposed to represent, is like
Not really that much better than average.
Yeah.
And that is
'cause,
also
like,
what we're
you're
testing
still-
too.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, we're also testing. Like, if it doesn't feel like you can do anything, then we'll need to adjust the numbers.
Okay, let me see what my
sure.
traits are.
Yeah, because right
Okay.
now, if I did sleight of hand, I would roll 3 dice.
So effort. If I'm using effort on this
So-
physical skill here,
Yes,
I get 3 dice, right?
correct. You spend 3
So
stamina unless you have physical talent.
no, I have 1 physical talent, but effort costs 1 more for me to begin with. So I have 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you're lucky. So.
Yes.
So 3.
So that's 4 explodes and a success.
Oh my god.
Holy
So I have 5 successes without the exploding.
Oh, you just got your pocket picked.
So 5,
Only 1 more success. 6 successes.
6 successes. So then this would be a perception roll for you again to.
I gotta say,
See
it
him.
feels kind of not cheap for me, but unfair to Mitch that I would get to like roll against his attempt twice.
Well, this is.
Well, no, I
No,
moved
it's
up.
two
So like
things.
now, so I rolled 1 for stealth for noticing me even coming up to you.
So
and then
none
now
of
it's
you, none of
coming-
you even know he's there.
Sure, I guess my question would be like,
Well, now
is
it's
there
like
a way
whether
to
you
like,
feel like
roll
tug
those
on your
together
belt.
so that Mitch attempting to sneak up
Maybe you
into
get a
the pocket
penalty
could
for
be
not
under
knowing
one
he's
skill, or do
there?
you want it to be under 2
Maybe
skills?
the person getting pickpocketed gets a penalty if they don't know the other person.
Well, I would
there.
assume a pickpocket where you're aware of me would be bumping into you and be like, "Oh, sorry," while I
Right.
try and grab your purse at the same time. This is just me trying to like sneak by you, behind you, and just take my dagger and cut that purse as I walk by.
Well, I think I certainly don't get a
With
second
explosions, I get
Correct.
5
Yeah.
successes.
Oh, so close.
Wait.
You got a 6.
Oh, I got 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
So you
I
just
got,
beat
I
it.
got 1 dice that exploded 3 times.
Yeah. So
What
I think
the hell?
what his stealth does in this scenario is I don't get another one because I didn't see him at all.
Correct. You have no idea who's
I
there.
have no reason to see him now.
He
I
might
just
have
got walked
felt
by.
him.
Well, that'd be 100 gold pieces in a nice pouch.
Woof. I have no idea
Literally
how
the
much.
life savings of everyone in town.
I have no idea how much gold I have. I just kind of assume I'm sort of wealthy.
Yeah. So I don't know. Give
I
her
also just realized I
Awesome.
came in and
Lost
just
everybody.
well, no, just straight up was just like, the plot to Seven Samurai. Yeah, we're just doing that.
Okay.
That's fine. Whatever.
And
That's
I
fine.
walk out to the bar.
Well, at least you got a cheap beer before you got robbed.
There you go.
So for you, a dwarf coming down from the mountains who's relatively wealthy, you're probably going to start with like 150, 200 gold. Like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I figured I'd just be like, here, have a gold piece.
Yeah.
Well, Kane,
Because they're not greedy, but they are very wealthy.
look,
their kingdoms.
I came here into town because I need to go talk to somebody what is in charge.
Good luck.
What you mean?
I mean, you don't just go talk to people.
Well, I just came and talked to you, Kane.
Well, yeah,
What's
but
the
I'm
difference?
not important. Not even a little bit. I mean, in my own mind, sure, but not in the grand scheme of things.
Well, my village is being ransacked by bandits. I think whoever's in charge here has a responsibility to send some aid. I did bring with me a little bit of something to sweeten the pot, but
I hope that something's gold, because that's all these people care about. I'll tell you, your best bet is to find a mercenary group that'll take your job.
Kane, why are you saying that I would have no luck talking to the big head honcho here? Your mayor, your...
Well, if you have maybe 3 weeks to spare, then you might get a meeting.
I ain't got 3 weeks. I ain't got 3 weeks.
I'm just guessing, but that's probably the list.
Yeah. Are you up for hire, Kane?
I could be. I don't.
We got a big old bandit group.
Big.
What been terrorizing our village? See?
Well, that certainly is the
1,
kind of
2,
thing that might
3,
help me make a name for
7,
myself.
12.
That's 10.
I think what?
Unless possums have extra fingers. that's
20-ish?
Well, some possum has extra fingers I ain't heard about.
Maybe the possum people count the 12s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Base 12. You got 3 digits.
You uncurl your fingers slowly.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So, 20
Well, you count with your
ish,
thumb.
maybe
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
bandits.
Well, I can't
Led
kill
by
20
old-
bandits by my lonesome.
Led by old Gruesome Joe.
Gruesome Joe. Well, I haven't heard of Gruesome Joe. And I certainly can't take out 20 bandits.
Well, okay, but with 100 gold, I should be able to buy more.
I can't do it even for 100 gold. It's not a matter of
No,
money.
no, Kane. I mean, with 100 gold, I should be able to
Where
hire
are you headed?
a few.
I'm just walking down the street, going, whoop,
Yeah.
tossing it up and down. Big old smile on my face. I've never had this much money.
So,
Right? Like, I could buy like 10 mercenaries for the 2-week trip out.
2 weeks. No.
Maybe.
What's your character's name?
Farron.
Farron.
Well, what kind of bandits are we talking?
Let's pause for a second. Farron, you feel a hand on your shoulder. Big, metal-clad hand.
Grab a bag, like,
You hear a familiar voice. It is guard Jack.
hey, Jerry.
Hey, Farron.
How's it going? Fancy seeing you here in the government district.
Fancy seeing you here with a big bag of gold that I'm sure ain't yours.
Oh, no, I saw this possum folk drop it on his way to the tavern over there. I bet he's wondering where it is when he's trying to buy his drinks right now.
I'm sure he is. Why don't we go return it to him?
You know,
Why am I getting
Jarek, that was
so
just what
innocent?
I was about to do. You're just so thoughtful.
Sounds like a plan. And he kind of like forcefully shoves you
How
in the direction.
intimidating are the town guards?
This guy in particular is fairly big. You know that he's skilled. He's caught you a couple times.
Have I ever gotten away from him?
Yeah, you have gotten away from him before, but he's like the one that has caught you kind of thing.
Well, do I think if I try and get away and he catches me, is he going to make me get in more trouble than just giving the money back?
Yeah.
Damn it. Alright, then I'm just going to go.
Like, if he catches you, you'll definitely get away in more trouble because you resisted arrest, and you definitely confirmed that you had stolen it and that kind of stuff.
Alright.
He's just pretty sure that you've stolen it, but if you give it back, he'll...
Alright.
You have kind of a repertoire with this guy.
Alright.
If
Then I'm
that's
going
the
to
right
go
word.
in the tavern and approach the dwarf in a posse.
Right?
Oh, howdy there.
You see a human with dusty skin,
Dusty hair.
dusty hair, and
You
purple
got a
eyes.
cloak, like a ragged cloak, and like,
Are you young too?
yeah, I'm young, and people don't like me because you can tell I'm otherworldly. Like, I just look odd.
You get a very off-putting feel from him,
Well,
if nothing
howdy
else.
there, partner.
And he's
What's,
being followed closely by
Yeah, I'm just imagining
town
there's like
guard.
this town guard, like with his hand clamped on my shoulder, just walking me up. Like, parent walking their kid that's done something wrong.
Are these what, more mercenary types? They looking
No, that's
No, actually,
That's
I
a
saw
guard
you
and an urchin.
drop this outside, and I set your bag of gold on the table.
Are you giving this to me?
No, it's yours. I saw you drop it.
Well, I already got a bag of gold.
you better look for it. I think he took it from you.
Well, hang on. I'm gonna open
Excuse me.
I'm gonna, like,
he
oh.
dropped it outside, and I'm returning
I'm
it
gonna
to him.
open it up, and I'm just gonna start like rifling through there, counting by 12s until I roughly reach 100.
Roughly.
What? Boy, with this, I could buy 200 gold worth of mercenaries.
I'm sure you could. Buy half of that.
You really should
By
look
half.
for your courage, money. I am 90% certain that this urchin boy has taken your money.
Urchin boy.
Was
how
that
dare
caught?
you
Was
fucking
that
rock
caught?
here?
Oh, hold on.
You gotta get a tighter grip on your shoulders.
I'll, You don't happen to be a mercenary type folk, do you?
I hate fighting.
Well, that's a shame. 'Cause,
I'm sure you could use a job there, boy.
I need.
I mean, yes, I love fighting and I love money. So if you give me money, I will fight for you.
There's a good boy.
Especially like how he said
He
it
kind
like
of
a
gives you a
robot.
pat.
Some about this
Says-
don't seem right.
He then says to you guys, "This one's all yours." He kind of sits you down. He walks off.
Oh, yes, great. Straddle us with the urgent boy.
I
Awesome.
start picking at my fingernails with my dagger.
Was that a relation of yours?
You could
Was
say
one of
that.
the town guards.
Something
He
like
treating
that.
him like it's his paw or something.
It was one of the town guard. He may have taken a special liking to this urchin boy. But
Well, okay.
So you got some rocks to chew on?
I have one in my mouth right now, thank you very much.
As far as you can talk with it in your mouth.
It's a practice skill.
So,
I like how everyone's like southern.
well, we're south of the equator.
I can't not do a voice, especially if someone else is doing a southern accent.
It's
I
so
can't
hard for me not
do
to.
a voice.
Like, the guard was supposed to be gruff, but then he turned into like a southern
It's also
sheriff.
the only accent I can do halfway well.
So,
Here's our American blood.
I'm hiring folks to come out and help clear out some bandits what been sacking my town.
Oh,
And
boy.
real handsome. You say
You're killing handsome bandits?
Well, I don't quite follow what you mean.
Oh, well, in
I didn't
that
quite
case,
catch what
I
you said. All I
can
heard
do
was
that
bandits
for
and handsome. So.
Wait, if I have one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, look. If you're interested,
Nice and chilly.
you seem like a nice enough kid. Suppose. But
Sure.
I honestly am not quite sure why you were just plopped down at our table. So if you want to leave, by
I
all
don't foresee
means.
this bandit slaying expedition going particularly well with you at the helm.
I do think you might have just actually tried to sort of insult me, maybe.
I clearly did not insult you. I made a judgment about your mental capacity, which seems to be sorely lacking.
I think we need to... He's not at the helm. He's providing the funds.
He's funding it.
No,
So which of these fine gentlemen in this room are going to be...
I'm helping you, I promise.
So which of these fine gentlemen have you enlisted?
Myself. Currently.
And
Sort
myself.
of.
That's a sorry lot you got going on there. I don't see us slaying
Well,
many
So
bandits.
then, a few minutes later, after conversation, across from you, you see another guard. He's younger. You've seen him once working with Jarek. He sits down. Hi. I've been assigned to you to watch after this one.
Do you sit at the meeting table here in the town?
yeah, I've never been here before.
What's this one's name?
Terry.
So,
I heard
Terry,
that-
what are you doing here?
I've been assigned to watch after you, and apparently it was overheard that you need some help with your
well,
farm.
I certainly, well, not just my farm, but like everybody's farm.
We don't like bandits around here. They disrupt trade, so I've been assigned to help.
Well,
How'd
that's
you
Yeah,
get
no
stuck
way
with that
back.
one, Terry? What'd you do this time?
Shut up.
right. Well, now we got
Your punishment too, damn it.
a lawman and a shiny dwarf.
Well,
My sole enjoyment is knowing that you're stuck here.
I'm not shiny. It's just my armor that I take exquisite care
And
of.
we got a kid covered in dust.
No, I just have sandy brown hair, goddammit.
Probably leave some of that out, boy. That's
It's
all
the
right.
color of my hair. There's not sand in my hair.
Naturally
You're worried about my hair when I have glowing purple eyeballs.
You have glowing purple eyeballs?
Yeah, haven't you seen them this entire time?
I suppose I must. I just was too distracted by this otherworldly hair.
You're willingly going into battle for this man.
I mean, for the right price.
I got 200 gold.
I guess that they say
don't-
it's true.
you don't
Lords
have
really
to.
will do
That-
anything for a bit of
That
coin, won't they?
game was a joke.
I
I
just-
now know I only
Okay.
have 100
I needed to
gold.
be sure because your initial reaction was that you literally had 200 gold.
I don't doubt for a moment that he thought that.
I'm just not used to
Me
drop. I don't
neither.
often drop things on the ground. I was just.
You didn't drop it.
God damn, I stole it right from out
Terry
of your
literally
nose.
just like slaps his
Well, you were sitting here in the bar.
You stole from me?
Yes, that's why the guards are forcing me to go with you and help you.
You even got southern. You did it.
I've been a Southern for a while.
All right, I'm
a little
gonna,
bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my mug and I'm gonna clock this boy clean across the fucking face.
Oh,
I'm gonna
shit.
try to catch it.
I'm gonna try and dodge it.
Yeah, because I don't just grace.
Do you have any unarmed combat
No, I
skills?
without a weapon skills. Nope. Yeah, I
One
just
explode,
gotta
one
make a
success.
grace roll.
So this, I would say, would be a reflex for you.
Oh, that's way
Just a
better.
reflex.
I got 6 successes.
Well, this don't look good for me.
I'm at 4.
Ooh.
Oh, that's 5.
Uh-oh.
I got 4 successes to dodge.
6 successes to catch it.
Holy shit.
All right.
Wait, so what happens?
So there's a mug caught in front of your face, and you are
Then
now
I don't
covered in
have to-
ale.
I don't have to re-roll it.
Oh,
Awesome.
I wasn't trying. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to throw it.
No,
No,
I'm
like-
catching like your wrist.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you were punching at him,
Yeah,
he
it's like-
grabs it, and but the ale continues.
Yeah, I'm just like catching your wrist, so it's like splashing
And I
over.
had
him.
to sit there. I'm like,
Now I'm sure you just meant to splash him with that.
No, I was meaning to hit him. With
I'm
that.
sure.
I didn't have to just come with Jarrett quietly, you know? I did not have to return your money. There is a solid 50-50 chance I would have just not been here if I had just tried to leave.
Is he acting indignant? That
I mean, you
he
just splashed
stole
him with
money
your
from
ale.
me?
Terry's just grabbing his temples at this point.
Is he stealing money from me and then trying to make me feel bad about being angry that he stole money?
You have it back now, you dumb rat.
I just like hold your wrist tighter.
Let go of my hitting arm.
Perhaps,
This one's a little too weak. I can't quite.
I think we all
perhaps,
need to just.
yes, we need to
just
calm
relax.
down, everybody. Everybody calm up.
I have to go
Get some
outside
I
for a
pour, I
second.
pour some of my drink in your cup. Like, you can have this bag.
You have it.
It's a little bit
I didn't
bad.
drink that half.
So I down it quick. I slam the mug down on the table.
I catch it again.
I leave the. I'm so angry. I just leave the gold sitting on the table, and I walk outside.
Terry
will.
then
I
like,
was gonna
picks
say.
up the gold and that's it.
It's okay, it's for the guard.
All right.
I don't foresee this turning out particularly well.
It's gonna be a mess. I'm gonna go get one of my coworkers. Since there's pay involved, maybe he'll join us. And we can get this whole thing sorted out. Let's make sure we leave by the morning. You're rooming with me.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Maybe I should
feel
go.
the same.
Maybe I should go get your coworker.
Yeah.
This boy isn't gonna sit still for me.
So, unless you guys want to do something else for the rest of the night, we're gonna skip to the morning.
No, my anger has turned to a little bit of crying. I cry a little bit outside. I ask Kane why everybody has to be so mean all the time.
It's one person was mean. There's actually been 3-1 nice to mean, which is pretty good.
No, Kane, we put it like that. I guess that ain't so bad.
I mean, consider everybody's a bunch of strangers. It's not that bad.
We ain't strangers now. We're friends.
Well, yeah, you bought me a drink. I guess we're not strangers anymore.
You're gonna be the best
Drink
man
buddies.
in my wedding.
Oh, that was quick. I would
Man, they
love
must be
to.
really shitty people back here. You guys all meet.
South Gates of
Who
Dawn.
all is going with us on this expedition?
Got Terry and Eric. You three. How many bandits are there?
20, he said.
20-ish.
Well,
Ooh.
20, but we're counting bases of 12, so somewhere between 18 and 24.
What? Right, so we just gotta kill 4 bandits. That don't sound so hard.
If
Have you ever
there's
killed someone?
I killed a few bugs in my time. Some various game animals, for food and stuff. I did have to put down Bessie when she got sick.
Well, I can say I've never killed anybody, but I've certainly healed some wounds.
I'm sure
That's
you're gonna need to do
gruesome
that
work.
a lot.
And
Poor
I think
Bessie.
4 each is asking for a lot.
Well, this is assuming we challenge them to a battle in an open field where they bring their 20 and we bring our 5.
Is that
And we
not
march
how-
at each
Is
other.
that not how this works?
It better not.
Oh God, we're all gonna die.
I know the terrain like the back of my paw. And he's got a real hairy
How many
back.
stripes are on the back of that? How many stripes are on the back of that paw without looking?
Oh my God. There's so many layers.
No, I know the terrain quite well. If we're looking to set up one in
This better be an ambush.
In bushes.
ambush,
In
we
bushes.
do got a lot of bushes. Trees.
That's good.
Taken by surprise, and that.
Stumps.
But bushes are helpful in an ambush.
I guess that's probably where the name came from.
Yes. Yes, that is exactly where that came from.
Right. So, it's not in an open field.
Nope.
When we get to Sudden Stump, you're going to have to tell us exactly what you mean.
Are we gonna know we're there?
What about what?
Are we gonna know we're there when we go? Oh, look, a stump!
It does,
Suddenly, a stump.
it does come upon you quite by surprise.
Let's come over
You
the
crest the
hill.
hill, and there it is, right before your
God,
eyes.
a
Sudden stump.
Oh shit, a stump!
Let's
All
get
right,
worse.
well, maybe we start thinking about. Are there any homes in particular that you feel are privy to a ambush? Where might we have the best luck? Hoping to slay ourselves some bandits.
Well, old Delilah's herbology shack. Ain't too far outside town, but it's on a nice hill surrounded by a lot of bushes.
Well, there we go.
Bushes are the key to any good ambush.
See, all we do is we slap some mud on Shining Boy's armor, and I grab a handful of mud, I go slap, and start like this.
And Terry's just like, I'm sorry.
What? You can see that shit from a mile away, Terry. You weren't gonna tell him?
I take my water skin and I start
No, what do you not understand? If we're trying to have an ambush, we don't want them to see your shiny gold and silver armor while they're walking up
I
the
can
hill.
take it off.
What that? Okay, yeah, take off your armor before you're about to get in a fight. That sounds
I
fantastic.
have chain on under it.
But why do you have it if you're not gonna
Because
use it in a
it's
fight?
fucking shiny. I made it myself.
God, I regret stealing that coin purse.
I
For the
gotta
first
show,
time in my life, I
gotta
regret
show how
stealing.
good I am at my craft. It exists for a reason.
So it's not a functional piece of armor.
Well,
is
it'll
it?
work. I
God damn
think.
it! What?
I've never been hit in this particular chest plate, but
Terry,
I
am I
have
the
ones
only
like
one?
it.
Am I the only one seeing this, or are these two batshit crazy?
You see Eric is like staring at your chest plate. He's like, it's functional steel, right?
I made it just like the others. It
Oh,
just
hold-
looks better.
Hold on, okay.
You just stab it with your shovel.
Like the back end of it, they just like ram the wooden end. Oh,
I didn't even feel it.
all right, flip it around.
Oh God! fly back. Whee!
You okay?
Yeah.
Hey, it works.
All right.
Function.
Like
So
from
why
the
would you
grass
so-
on your back. You
But you
can
do
see
see,
it.
at this point, you do see Eric, like, as you guys are walking around, he's been, like, gathering up branches and leaves and stuff, and he's like, kid's right, though, we should make disguise.
Agree.
It doesn't mean we have to cover my nice armor.
Well, also,
True, we don't need mud.
do you
but
want to be picking up branches a week and a half outside of town? Or,
We could be like a day out.
oh, My
I
time
assume-
sure does fly.
I assume this is conversation like over the
Oh,
course of
okay.
some time. You guys are getting to know each other, talking about plans, things like that. We'll say this is
The
like the
bandits come in the day, the night. When do they usually come up?
we'll say this is like the fifth night.
Normally they come about dusk time. But like
So-
to make sure we have time to still do our work. 'Cause those
Bar
guys,
and
what do they
mud.
take
How
from
are
us?
you planning to keep their torchlight from refracting off your shiny getup you got going on there?
I could put a cloak on. You ever hear of a cloak?
I suppose. That's the kind of gets in the way of moving your damn arms while you're fighting, though.
I can cut the sleeves off a cloak.
Oh my god, so you've been wearing a poncho.
Sure, I'll put a poncho on. Anything to make the Erickson happy.
I just want that armor card up. I don't care. Make yourself a fucking poncho then.
Dwarf, I need a reflex save.
Oh boy!
Your shiny armor has attracted a stray arrow.
Actually,
Yeah,
yes.
So 4.
All right. You hear the whistle of an arrow through air just in time.
Everybody down!
And you see the dwarf go, and then arrow just whizzes above your head.
I just like, everybody down! Plop!
And you see, like, Terry and Eric, they're just like, fuck, and they draw their weapons, and they get down, and over the hill, you guys see a couple archers drawn back.
The hell you shooting at us for?
It's just Eating Joe and his cronies.
That's it. Walk too far for this shit.
One of them's possible.
I'm gonna go bash him first.
The other one, a humanoid of generic proportions.
Generic humanoid number 1.
They're both wearing cloaks. You can tell the possum folk
Oh
is a big fat
yeah,
tat.
see that's how I want to make my poncho.
That's how
Yeah, you do need a cloak to make that poncho.
So here we go.
All right, so initiative time.
Oh yeah.
So my speed is 2. Does that mean I roll 2 dice?
If your speed,
Wait, do we roll initiative? Or
yes,
is it just a
yes.
thing?
Its speed is you roll that, but you add them up.
Okay, so my total 6.
Wait, so we just roll the number of dice or 3 plus
Equal to
the
your
number of dice?
speed.
Equal to your speed.
My speed says 1.
So you
So
roll
you roll
1
one
So I
die.
just roll 1
And
die.
then add
All right. Ooh, 5.
I got 10.
Damn!
So first is Eric. He pulls out his bow and takes a shot at Possum. That's only one success. Well, that arrow goes wide. Next, B. James.
I'm charging up that hill. That's right.
All right.
My move is 7/20. I don't know what that means.
So you can
but-
move 20.
So you can move, if you wanted to move your full distance, you're just going to get a -2 on any attack roll you would make against it at the end of that move.
So yeah, that's my move. How long do you think it'll take me to... If I were to do a full move speed now, I assume I wouldn't reach them?
If you did a full move now, you would reach them and you'd be able to hit.
Okay.
If you did your regular move, and then next turn did your regular move, you'd be able to do your attack without any penalties.
Alright, I'm going to do the full-on move. I'm going
Shovel
to...
time.
Let's see. I'm going to headbutt.
I was gonna take that, but I need brawling.
So I'm gonna just charge up and ram him with my face. And
You know, as opossums do.
I'm going to spend a point of I'm gonna use effort. So that adds 3 dice, right?
God damn.
So
Heal him.
wow, 3 explodes. So I have 6 successes so far, and then 3 of those blow up. So 6 successes.
Yeah, that's always a bummer.
So 6 successes.
Mm-hmm. Let me know if it's successful, so we can do the other.
It is successful. It is not good. It's successful.
That's okay. So now it's my brawl versus their resistance. Or
They're still.
Okay.
oh, 4 successes, 3 explodes. So 5 successes.
Okay. You beat the resistance.
So he is stunned for a short time,
Ooh.
and I have a specialization in brawling. So I don't know what
Right.
that.
A short,
Up to
short,
4
what,
rounds.
short rounds.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are competent, so yeah. 4
Short
rounds.
days. No, he's just stunned for forever.
God damn.
So yeah, I ram
So
my
you're
possum
competent.
face into his possum
4
face,
rounds.
but not for a kiss, but for like a headbutt.
Alright, so
That's
stunned.
Of course, that cost you what? Effort and the stamina cost of headbutt. So that's
Boom. Owie. So you go, wow. He's like, ah! You recognize him. What's his name? It's from your village. As his hood goes flying back from you getting bonked him on the head.
Jericho or possum? Is that you?
he takes
Name
minus
is-
3p and flipping his hood up.
Oh shit, you're right.
It is you.
Shit! You weren't supposed to be back yet?
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, what the shit? What the tweet?
What that tweet?
And then it's the other one's turn. Who draws a sword. And goes to strike at you. So you need to roll me a dodge. Or a block or whatever against this person.
I think I will attempt a block.
Okay.
So, question. So he moved his full move and then he did the headbutt. Are there like penalties associated with doing a full move, or?
Yeah, you have a -2.
I already put the -2 in my roll with the attack dice.
Okay, I just didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, he took a
I didn't
-2 to his
know.
attack.
I'm not saying you didn't do what you're supposed to do.
No,
just
I
I
don't
don't know.
I have 2 more dice. Alright, bring on that attack.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying out the whole static numbers.
7 successes on my block.
Dang! You block. This person's sword.
I guess it just be
It lets out
pushing
a
a-
loud ring against your shovel, right?
Yeah.
Loud ring of steel on rusty steel.
Steel on spade action.
Oh yeah! And then it's Mitch's turn.
I am gonna pull out my bow and let fly a feathered shaft at the human.
Yeah, feather my shaft.
You gotta make it weird, rock launcher.
Because you keep calling him a rock monkey.
Yeah, what do you think that means?
I don't do so good. I guess that explodes. It could explode. No, I got 2 successes.
Your arrow flies wide.
Shit.
Indeed.
Then can I like take cover somewhere? Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah, there's shrubbery around.
I hide in the shrubbery.
Excellent. That'll give you an extra 2p on dodging.
Cool.
2p.
2p.
2p or not 2p?
That is my bladder's question. I don't know. Ian, your turn.
Alright, I am gonna... I probably can't stand up and run all the way up the hill.
You could stand and do your short move, but not your long move.
Alright, so 10 move will get me
Halfway to the guys.
halfway. Yeah, there's really not much else I can do, so that's what I'll do.
Start
pumping
chugging
my
up
short
that
legs.
hill. And Terry's right behind you. And then Eric, let's loose another arrow.
Fuck it up again, Eric.
You might. He did. So he's gonna try fast draw. Oh, he dropped an arrow. Okay.
I'm glad he didn't bring his friends.
Seriously.
Picking
His friends
on
are gonna
me
be worse than
nobody
him.
who's even hit anybody.
Jesus Christ. It's just like, damn it. Oh shit. And James. Ah.
Headbutt him again. Stack,
Your turn.
stack
Whoa.
the stuns on stuns.
No, I'm gonna sucker punch him.
Oh wait. Oh shoot. I was doing their dice wrong because it's supposed to be like. 'Cause didn't we decide if I was rolling the dice, it was twice whatever their constant DR was, right? Yeah, I should have been rolling way more dice for Eric. Damn it.
So I'm going to spend another effort,
Okay.
and I'm going to sucker punch.
Ooh. Jericho.
No. Jericho's my cousin. Now that I know he's my cousin, I'm not gonna go beat him up. Some asshole just try to stab me with a sword, though.
That's true. Taking a look at this person, it's a wild elf of a female variety.
Wow.
Jerica.
Jerica.
10
Cut your
successes.
limbs off.
10 successes.
What the fuck?
You hit.
You sucker punched her.
I need 2d8, please.
Bring my other dice.
Oh,
Well, 2 7s, I suppose.
Woof.
So 15 damage.
Jesus.
20.
15 damage.
15 damage.
Bonk.
God damn. What is everybody's threshold?
7.
10.
7, 10,
10.
10.
And ours is higher because we have tough. If we didn't have tough, it would be whatever.
Okay.
3 lower.
Hot damn. So, pull up my rule for threshold stuff.
Did you just explode a bunch for 10 successes, or did you just roll
Yeah.
that many dice?
Well, I spent effort.
Mhm.
So 7 dice for my brawling with my improvised shovel, plus
Mhm.
3 is 10 dice. And then I got 3 explosions and a whole bunch of just successes. That was a really lucky, good roll. That's not going to be a common roll.
No, but that should have probably been a crit too, shouldn't it?
It was, actually.
Oh.
You were 5 or more above your target.
So whatever a crit means for a hit.
That means, for this thing, she's just unconscious and in critical condition.
She automatically fails her threshold roll.
Bonk.
There we go. Yeah, she's unconscious and in critical condition.
Well, you took care of the wild.
And I turned to Jericho and I'm like, "You stay down, boy."
He just kind of puts his hands up and just lays down.
Does he smell really bad too?
Yeah, he faints and
Okay.
shits his pants a little.
Maybe give it a couple minutes, but I think we got it.
I come out of my bush.
But I was almost there.
Well, you can come up, move her.
Yeah, Terry finishes running up the hill and looks at her and says, "Damn, man.
Well, I could patch her up if you want to tie her hands.
And he binds her wrists and
Alright. Then I will.
you want to take care of that one? Whew.
Yeah, I'll take care of my cousin.
I'll use quick patch and just
Seem
give
to
her
know.
give her 1 hit point back, and she
I
stabilizes if she's not. Well, she's in critical. You said so. Yeah.
Yep.
I just spend a stamina. Physical talent doesn't count against that, right? It only counts for effort. Okay, so spend a stamina. She gets 1 hit point back, and she automatically stabilizes.
All right. She's stable. Your cousin's unconscious.
Slap.
There.
Jericho or Possum, you wake up this instant.
I'll wait.
You pooed yourself.
That's embarrassing.
It is. Now,
Last
what
time
are
I
you
did that was
doing?
I was only 8.
I remember. It was in Grandma's cellar.
Did you cause it then too?
Well, when she came chasing us after you stole her apple pie, you went and you pooped yourself, filled that whole cellar with smell. Ruined that pie, too. I can't look at pie the same way.
That's a shame.
And now you're shooting arrows at him. Why don't you get to tell me why you're doing that? And who she is. One that I almost, murderized.
She's my boss.
That's gruesome, Joe.
Well,
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
that ain't
wait,
gruesome
wait, wait.
Joe. No, that's that ain't gruesome Joe. It's one of his lackeys.
That'd be weird.
You
She's
joined,
kind of pretty.
you joined up with
Not,
them?
not Joe.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, boy?
I guess you've been away a while.
2 weeks? Well, 3 weeks.
Things ain't good. Things ain't good at the village. Run out of food. They burned our crops, man.
So you go and sign up with them? You don't take
They
that
give me
bow?
food. They give me shelter and money.
How much money you got?
Yeah. None.
I search everywhere but his poopy pants. And whatever money he has, I bring out and I just say, "Here." I'm throwing it to all you guys. Like, don't eat it.
You find a grand total of. That's beautiful.
Change it to silver.
28 gold.
Holy
28 gold.
Oh,
Jericho.
Silver, sorry,
Working as a
20
band,
silver.
it's a bit more
Okay,
Yeah,
20
20 silver. 20 silver.
Still pretty good.
For bandit
On a
of here,
bandit
that's pretty
salary. A bandit of
So,
sun stump
here,
salary.
go. Give us one good reason why we shouldn't just bury you two.
Because I know where they're going. I can give you info on their movements. I'm a scout now.
What good is she?
Well, we're not just killing her. Cold blood.
Terry's like, no, we're arresting her and bringing her in for crimes.
However you guys want to do it.
I'm a man of the law. And
So that's
That
nice.
works.
Where were you when they were killing my townsfolk then?
I was in Haytap.
Yeah. No kidding.
Well, your
He
town
cares
is,
more about wood elves than he does possum folk.
Your town is 2 weeks
I wouldn't have just
away.
let him kill the possum folk either. It's
BTAF
a
had
citizen.
no idea. It's not Terry's fault. Don't get mad at Terry.
I'm not mad at Terry.
You seem mad at Terry.
I'm mad at Terry. Mad
You
at-
seem mad at Terry.
I'm not mad at Terry.
Well, now you seem mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
You're mad at me. If I had a mug around, I'd beat his face with.
I get it. It's the one thing I'll be good at this entire game.
All right. Well,
Why should we trust where he tells us their scouts are? He's already turncoat once.
She knows more than me, I guess.
Yeah, why would we trust either of them?
Well, I did save
I don't fucking know.
of the two of
I
them,
did save her life.
I'd be more inclined to trust Jericho since he's probably only been in their clutches grand total of a week or two.
Yeah, but he sold out his own kin.
True, but he
There's
ain't
some
so.
silver
He
coins.
wouldn't be ingratiated. Well,
I'm desperate.
Assumedly, all these bandits did that, right?
She's just a bitch. I'm desperate.
You're desperate.
Desperate.
In my town, Baspert is like a step further than Baspert.
Yeah,
You're so desperate you need a bath. You're desperate.
desperate. It's a fishing village. You wouldn't get it.
Sudden Stump, the fishing village.
Right.
We used to be a fishing village when the shore was a bit closer.
And then suddenly a stump.
And the
The other creation myth marks out.
Where the lake used to be, it's just a stump.
But now there's no food because they burned all the crops. So the bandits went through and individually burned all of the fish in the lake.
Yeah.
They took each
No, they
fish
just burned
out,
the lake.
burned it,
You
put
just
it back.
burn the lake. It's way quicker than burning each
Oh,
individual
yeah.
fish. Well, I mean, I did save her life. He owes us at least.
Are you gonna say that 6 more times?
I'm just saying, if
I don't know
if
why you gotta
Jericho
convince
doesn't
me,
know-
I suppose. You're taking her in for whatever weird sense of justice you got back there in that big town.
Due process.
Yeah, are you saying
Medieval due
she's?
process.
Are you trying to say she's gonna be like honest with you about where their scouts are just because you saved her life?
Well, she. Yeah.
I mean, let me,
I mean, I'm not gonna take
I
her.
grew up
I'm not gonna
with
just
these
take
folks.
her. I'm not just gonna take
How
her
do you
at
not
her
think
word.
you should trust her word?
I'm not just gonna take her at her word, but I think she'll be more inclined to be sort of helpful.
Then my cousin?
So she
Well,
knows
she
more,
might know more. Is all I'm
and
saying.
through torture she might talk. He knows less, but is probably more willing to talk. At the word of torture, you see Jericho trying,
Yeah,
trying to feign
I'm
again.
thinking Jericho fella is desperate, and he's gonna help us. But if he doesn't know the question we need answers to.
Well, either way, let me go get him cleaned up here real quick. Come on, you. The
Yeah.
river right over here.
Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Olm Test campaign. Hopefully we see you around in the next one. Until then, goodbye.